Hi there, my name's Tom Martin. I'm a cinematographer and a creative director of a video production agency called Forward. We were recently approached by one of our clients, Quadrum in Norwich, to shoot a series of commercials for the web promoting their new food fraud testing capabilities. In the early pre-production planning process, it became clear that the visuals in particular for this project were going to be really important. In order for their brief to be matched, we needed to create something that showed off how high-end and sleek their facilities were and how state-of-the-art their tests were without having any kind of voiceover or anything like that, because the videos needed to be translated into a number of different languages. So immediately when I started planning the creative for this production, I realised that we needed to really focus on the visuals and to the same extent the sound design in order to tell the story. I immediately realised we wanted the film to have quite a kind of a sharp, clean, sort of scientific look and feel to it, but not something that's too clinical or too sort of sterile. My kind of initial thought was to use the Sigma Cine lenses. So the project was very kindly supported by both Wex and Sigma, and they sent us a full set of their Cine primes ranging from a 14mm all the way through to 135mm. So we had quite a few lenses to play with, which was exciting. So from the moment I picked the lenses up, I was really impressed with the overall build quality and feel and design of them. All of the lenses just feel very high-end, very professional, and very much what you'd expect. And I would say they probably feel higher end than their cost would suggest, actually, which is always a nice thing. As you'd expect from Cine lenses, both the iris ring and focus ring are both fully manual and are both geared for use with follow focuses, whether that's wireless or just a standard manual follow focus. One thing to note as well when it comes to the construction of the lenses is that they do have a slightly shorter focus travel than other Cine lenses. You don't have to turn the follow focus quite as far to go from minimum focus to maximum focus distance, so that does make them a lot more suitable for sort of single shooters and so in that kind of situation. So when we tested the lenses in general, optically, they were fantastic basically. They were exactly what we wanted. Another thing that can't really be underestimated in terms of time savings, obviously all of the lenses are the same size generally speaking, means that all of the focus and iris rings are in the same place, so when you're swapping between lenses, you're not having to move the focus motor up and down or the follow focus up and down, which we often have to do when we're using the Sigma Art Series primes. Obviously the focus rings are in different positions and it just wastes a lot of time. It's like any professional tool really. A non-professional, cheaper version of a professional tool often will do almost the same thing as a professional tool, but the professional tool will do it far more reliably and far quicker. And as you know, if you're working in the professional commercial space, time is money. And actually, if we're saving 30 seconds every time we swap a lens over the course of 2 days, that might be the difference between getting another couple of shots in or not, or finessing some lighting, and that's something that's really important. And with that in mind, it's also worth noting that another thing, as well as obviously being well built, as well as having very fast apertures across the board, and obviously being very sharp wide open, these lenses also cover full frame, which is another fantastic thing at this sort of price point. And my understanding as well from a resolution perspective, they are capable of resolving in excess of 8K. So they are very much future-proof for the kind of cameras that will be coming out in the years to come. So yeah, overall, we were incredibly impressed with these lenses. We're very grateful that Wex and Sigma sort of lent them to us for this shoot. They really helped. We were really pleased with sort of both how they performed on set from an ergonomics and usability perspective, but also how they ended up looking and how the finished footage turned out. I'm really pleased with the finished commercials, as is the client, which is, you know, a massive win ultimately. So yeah, definitely worth taking a look at, considering next time you're looking at either renting some lenses or possibly if you are looking at investing in Cine lenses, they're definitely something that should be sort of in your list to go and test. And I think that's a big point really. If you're looking at investing in something like this, you should definitely go out there and test them and take a look at them and see how they would suit your sort of needs in production. I hope that's been a really useful look inside both the shoot that we did and the lenses themselves. If you want to learn a little bit more about the lenses, you can visit the Wex website and the details will be up after this. And thanks very much for listening.